They love to see it, man. Yeah, let me say then.
Okay, let's... Come on, reload. Internet. I wonder if it's like their internal server time or something. Because it's 6:31 for me.
Or do they see it as like some scheduled maintenance?
No, like, their challenge check-ins are kind of busted and not that good a system.
Hmm.
But it's better than not knowing who's checked in and who's not.
I will say, right, generally challenge has been okay for me. It's not perfect, obviously, but uh, the few times I've had to use Smash.gg, Jesus Christ, very thankful that you don't have to go through all that. It's ridiculous. Like the idea of actually running a tournament with it, maybe it's better for like huge tournaments where you need to separate stuff into separate pools and all
Yeah,
that.
I
But
think I think that was one of the things that challenge didn't have until recently was like it was just a bracket tool. You couldn't do like
yeah,
pools. I don't think you could do sign-in stuff
mhm.
or anything. But right, I think it was just a bracket tool until relatively recently. And by relatively, I mean like the last year and a half or some shit.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah, you still
Time's
struggling?
meaningless at this point. Yes, I am, unfortunately. Does
Uh,
your
I think
if
everybody who's in the tournament is actually on Steam.
oh my god, I might just do that then. I might just jump on the Steam version.
Unless Sean is on Xbox, which but
I
yeah, he's
suppose it
on the
doesn't matter,
Xbox,
right?
but it's
Because if
for
people are
fail
joining,
tournament practice.
yeah, people can join anyway. Yeah,
Yeah, so just join through Steam. Do I have you on my friends list?
I think you do. Give me a sec, Gabe. Maybe not. I think you've got me in Windows.
That doesn't make any sense. Me
Just
having
send you my Nintendo friend code. Whatever. There's the Steam code.
yeah, add a friend.
Next time it does, then it should be able to join anyway.
Yeah. Eh. Salt bad guy. Hey, look. We have
Yep,
two
there you
friends
go.
in common.
And four field tourney. Cool.
Yep, 4 fail tournament practice.
There's a lot of things I like about Kill Instinct. The lobby system isn't one of them.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Ah. Mute that.
Yeah, no. It's also not great either. I think you're on Steam. There's not really much you can do to stop it podcasting your voice, which is, not great.
Yeah. I think it's got. I think it doesn't broadcast my voice through Steam. Maybe. Because
Maybe. Who
the.
knows?
I don't know. But anyway, time to grab Mac00. Uh, Aston, you're just gonna have to 4 fail tournament practice it. I don't know if he's here.
Give me that. 2 seconds.
Wolframium. Interesting. Should get here in a couple minutes, right? I mean, he joined after the check-in time started. Or at least, at the very least, he was on top of things enough to actually check in, which is more than you can say for some people.
Yeah. Not naming any names. Nearly checked back earlier in the VOD for that. Actually, didn't the stream start when we were talking about that? Maybe not. Let's see, right. So Maxi the Zero next on. Give me a sec.
Yeah, I've got him, right? He's in the thing.
Gonna be a bit of a mess. Sounds about right. Yep. No, that's fine. I'll check this out.
I just DM'd him the Steam code, and his Steam name is Wolframium. Now, looks like, well, amazing. Classic KI. Well, game didn't start, just rejoin.
Oh, that's good fun. I'll show you what's on my screen. Just give you a big.
I've got Asdon in the lobby and no Max. Now I've got no Asdon. So, this is great. KI lobbies are amazing.
Wolframium?
Yeah, that's matches.
on and Wolframium. Right. That's promising. Do you have a match? I think you do.
Fucking Twitch.
It's Orchid, so.
Orchid versus Riptor.
Oh, Orchid even, yeah. Riptor's mostly sort of rush down and set play. Orchid also has a lot of set play, but extremely good buttons and like really good movement speeds.
Lockout! Extreme combo!
Ooh, nice job grabbing. All throws are projectile invincible in KI. At least I can't think of one that isn't.
Maybe Shago. He gets messed up with Albert's grenades. Something awful. But I think that's more because the animation technically ends really quickly, rather than the animation itself not being full involved.
Yeah, but Shago can cancel his throw pretty early.
Yeah. There's a flame carpet.
Ooh, that slide was ill-advised.
Shout out to Orchid's instinct being substantially worse than Rash.
Yes.
Yep.
Ready. Fight! Lockout!
Well, in fact, not about Orchid as well. One of the few characters, I think maybe the only character that's got like an airflow.
That's got what?
I'm forgetting. Like an airflow.
Lockout!
So I don't think any other characters like
Mantis. Air throws.
Oh yeah, technically Mantis. Yeah.
No, that's a command grab. That was a ballsy counter breaker. I'm gonna be real. I don't necessarily think it was the worst idea, but I think if you're not gonna kill with that counter breaker, you probably shouldn't go for it when you're down in danger.
Yeah.
One step closer to flushing out Ultratech.
Right? Like, your opponent has no real reason to break, and you're taking a big risk that could potentially kill you.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
If you're...
Especially against certain characters.
Yeah,
It's not
especially
the highest damage character. As far as you can tell, it's nothing... It's obviously Mira is a good example of a character, where if you leave yourself open at that, then you just die. But Raptor, Raptor, I don't think so.
Well, I mean, Orchid was the one who was getting counter broken, potentially. Right?
Yeah,
Orchid does big girl damage.
She does, yeah. There's actually one of the things that's really good about her. A lot of people put Orchid quite low on the tier list. Probably for good reason. Like she is good, Like there's no doubt about that. Still great buttons, good set play. They've mentioned like excellent walk speed and so on as well.
Early on that meeting. Woohoo! Nice probate.
Combo breaker.
It's still able to lock down Riptor here. Riptor does have some stuff to do at full screen. Yeah, meters and so on.
Yeah,
Definitely
he's
not
got
a focus of the character.
the mortars. Yeah, and a lot of Riptors like try to reset to neutral. At least at this level, by like using survival run to run full screen. Ooh, that's big damage. I don't think that was optimal though.
No, don't believe so. But 6% off, what was it, 2% health left is pretty good. That's all free damage.
Yeah.
Monster.
Very unfortunate drop. That's about maybe what, 20-30% damage just left on the table. And I think 100% success rate in the DPs.
Yeah, those
as well.
DPs are putting in work. Ah, what was that? Normal flick flack? Oh, yeah. Sorry, Comfort. That ain't the right bracket. I will be honest, I totally forgot to switch the brackets in the commands. But that's gonna be Eston up 2-0 after being down half life bar on red bar.
Just double check, it's first to 3. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still first to 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the good things about being up the life bar is that your opponent has a certain like max damage to how much maximum to how much damage the combos can do, right?
Yep. Absolutely. We're starting to see some decent set play here. It's one of the things I've seen from Orchid as well. Orchid has a reckless should go into. It's a bit similar to Zako's. Go into those blows overheads.
I haven't seen. I wonder what he did there to spend that bar, because I remember him having a bar. But Riptor does have a real DP, even if it is metered, right? Shadow Clever Girl is a real DP.
Yep. There's a few sort of strange rehearsals that Riptor has, but I do think that is a real DP in there somewhere. It might be a Maya situation though. I will double check that. In fact, it's worth checking.
I remember looking it up and noting it as a real DP. I don't agree with ending that combo there. You should have made sure that that Orchid didn't go into the next round with any instinct time left.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a common problem in both ways. Quite often people will continue a combo, especially if you don't have a meter end or something like that. All you're really doing a lot of the time is just giving the other person instinct for free. Yeah, no needs.
Ooh. Whiffs on the tail flip meaty. I'm not sure tail flip's a good meaty.
No, I think it's quite unsafe as well. Like tail flips.
Yeah, no, I know tail flip
can
is
do.
normally super unsafe. Just
Yeah,
end this
like-
combo.
Straight in the ultra, good stuff.
I will say, I do appreciate, even if I don't think you had to extend the combo that long, just going straight into the ultra. Right? That's one thing that a lot of people won't do.
Yep.
It's something that can definitely get you killed, especially against some of these higher damage characters like Orchid and, well, relatively high damage characters like Orchid.
Yeah. No, it's definitely on the high end. And yeah, Shadow Clever Girl, by the way, invulnerable till the 6th frame, and it's active at 5. Oh, yeah, active at 5 frames.
Active on 5?
Yeah. 1+4. Yeah.
Yeah, so Shadow Clever Girl. I'm surprised it's in Vone frame 6.
Yeah.
That's not normally how KI moves work.
Do you know what I bet that is? I bet at one point there was a 6 frame and they just didn't bother changing it.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter, right? It's shadow priority. So,
Yeah, 6 never doesn't. There's a few things like that. I think Orchid actually has quite an interesting, like, I'm actually gonna double check this. Orchid has something where like one of her shadow moves is like quite strange invulnerability. Yeah, Firecat. So her projectile in Bald Super, Firecat, only becomes projectile invulnerable on frame 2, not frame 1, which I think is the only I think that's the only example of that.
yeah.
Which again must be a mistake.
Yeah, I can't imagine you'd actually want to have.
Or Way of Instincts. But if you watch, that's about 10% just off the grab alone after the combo. It's giving a lot of resources.
Oh, timed
Oh.
it late. That's super unfortunate for Eston.
So it's weird that's quite an unsafe super as well.
Yep.
Might not even needed the shadow counter. Technically there's instant cancel, but then that makes it even more risky. Realistically, what do we see? Goes with the overheads and decent punish. I actually don't mind that at all. Usually like grabbing to get punishes.
These
Not
DPs
great,
for
but
Eston have really been putting in work. I think
100% success rate, absolutely. Right, and what's the look? Oh, gets the tech.
ooh,
Unfortunate.
that's
Straight
yep.
ultra. Yeah, there we go.
Very good on
One step closer to
I don't think
flushing out
either of them missed a chance to do Ultra like as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's quite common. Is seeing people you just not taking the ultra immediately, but that's good awareness. I would recommend anyone to put on ultra assist, even if you don't play with anything else. But oh no, that's fine. I thought forced me to play a game or something like that. This lobby's been weird. Just gonna double check something here.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
fine. I'm spectating.
kick out Eston because I gotta get in Mr. Can.
Can and Max 00. Don't recognise Max 00.
Boy,
Or Maggot Check X 666.
get. You're not allowed to be in here.
Maybe that's Max.
No, Max is Wolframium.
Oh, of course, yes.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah, no, you're quite right.
Listen.
Yep. Don't want to be
Max
kicked
told
out of the lobby.
Oh, you've been kicked out the lobby. Well, you can join off my Steam profile. I think can too. But whatever. You're getting sent an invite.
There we go. And sure I'm spectating.
Like Max is ready
There
for
should
the
be a
next
Victor
set.
versus Maya.
Yep.
So
Looks
let's
like
let's
it's
can
waifu
switch.
wars today.
Absolutely.
God, no.
That's very interesting. Has the game started on your end?
Yes. Are you in the lobby still?
I technically am. Oh. Yeah, you might need to stream.
I got you, fam.
Fight on.
Can.
Ready. Fight.
There we go. Ooh,
Monster.
Max
Focus in,
going
just Maya.
straight in.
Yeah, it's not no to go in swinging.
Triple. Lockout. Awesome combo.
Am I just noticing Mr. Can jumping straight out? Excellent catch. He captures this is a full combo, potentially death, I think.
Oh,
No.
blows it out. I think he was hoping for the lockout.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
nice
something like
job grabbing that. That is not real. Although I think you can media it, it's just not the smartest idea. Or
Yeah.
I think can just failed to media it right. I'm not sure about spending a bar on that kind of meaty.
Open instinct. You should always be getting 2 instincts per match. Always.
Yeah, very seldom. Especially for a character like Maya, gets a good amount of just utility. Once again,
Oh yeah.
Max going straight into Ultra off of as soon as he gets the opponent into danger.
This could be matchup. Sort of unformality. But
I didn't understand
I'm
a
not
word you just said.
well, matchup, sort of like not being familiar with
Oh
it.
yeah, this could be Can not being familiar with the matchup.
Yep, but it is tempting to just try not to deal with the mix-up at all when you get hit because you know, think, oh, I'm going to wake up into a 50-50, I'm just going to try something. But it's very easy to just get rolled over regardless. You've got a better chance just blocking than taking the 50-50 a lot of the time. Gotta be clever how you get out of pressure sometimes, unfortunately.
Yes. Flame Carpet by itself is not a real meaty.
Yep. There's a Mantis.
Mantis, I don't know if Riptor has the right kind of stand heavy punch, but Mantis is very vulnerable to you just sticking out a button to
Yeah,
stuff it.
it's not got great quality. Or anything along those lines, really.
I think it's just not like active until it hits or something like that, right? So if it gets interrupted by some sort of hitbox, it doesn't actually hit the hitbox with the throw box, so you don't get thrown.
Possibly not. I think he might not be able to break that, although that's one jump in. I'm pretty sure that combo there.
I gotta
And
say,
plus, don't know. Oh,
I think Max, well, Max is sitting on 2 bars and has been for this entire life.
this comes out swinging. No punish though.
Yeah. Ooh, nice punish there. Oh, again. I don't know what button Can tried to press, but it definitely got beat by the flame carpet. Well, I would hope he wasn't trying to press Mantis on the ground.
You're not worthy prey.
Jump immediate madness. Classic defensive maneuver.
Maybe.
Just want to watch that match. Last time I was in commentary, we watched Mr. Can. And it was me, you, and what's the name?
Salty Scrub?
I wasn't Salty Scrub, no. This is going to annoy me. Oh, anyway, last time I saw Mr. Can commentary, we're making jokes, unfortunately at his expense, about the fact that he would keep doing daggers and never capitalise on it. Never cash out, never, you know.
Never
But I was
recap.
actually never recap.
He actually,
Yep.
right? We talked. I don't know if you talked to him, but I talked to him after that tournament, and he said he didn't realize that full tip dagger was unblockable.
Yep. Yeah. Well, yeah, watching the last match, I looked at it and started trying to recapture. It was good. Because part of it as well, you didn't necessarily have to recapture. Like, Maya does have a shadow cash out, you know, to get cash out near juggles. Just a shadow DP. Waste meter, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think that might have been
Dismiss input.
Yeah.
I'll pause for the autopilot. I'll be less than getting the. He's already taken the health bar.
That's the second or third time that Can has gotten caught. That's also the second or third time that Max has blown out his combos.
Yep. Yep, and that's got full pips.
Well, that's one way to get rid of pips. Not altering again. Ooh, whiffs
the
on
ultra,
the
there we go.
thing. Whiffs on the shadow counter. That is unfortunate.
You're not worthy prey.
That should take us to 2-1, yeah?
Yep, this will take us to 2-1.
Victory.
What do you see from Wolfram? Yeah. So when he's obviously, like you mentioned, he's been dropping combos and so on, like getting the flip outs and so on. But
Fight on.
the Skankan does seem very weak to just general meaties and so on. I think just
Nice job
consistent.
blocking that overhead.
Yeah.
Oh, you could have gotten a ton more off of that punish Can.
Triple. Combo breaker.
That's like the third or fourth time Can's been able to just absolutely guess on the breaker on that cross up tail flip.
The classic plus frame break. It might be worth it for Wolfram to just go for immediate counter breaker.
Monster combo. Quad combo. Ready. Fight. Lock out. Insane combo.
Essentially even health and sync and meter. Neither player, I don't think either player is anti-aired really. Just unfortunate.
Hey, there's
Excellent
the
recapture.
Lock out.
Oh, locks out.
Insane combo.
Facing it out pretty well. Yeah, good stuff. That's interesting. I've never seen that interaction before. Use a flame blade to stop it. Is this full ultra?
Yep, seems like it.
But Scan can't feel himself, fair enough. And I think that's a
guess
tone.
so.
You're not worthy prey.
Oh, you still got
Awesome
the
victory.
face. That's gone.
But he should stay. He can stay in the lobby. Let's see the 0. Yep.
Okay. Now.
I was going to take this opportunity to reconnect to the lobby. I would say that, so for that match, as mentioned, both players, neither of them were really anti on the other. So it was just very scrambly, just people jumping. I think part of it was the anti-airs were like trying to meet ear to ear. Mr. Can was going for a lot of like just jump straight into Mantis.
Yeah.
So Mantis is like okay, it's decent, but it's quite risky. One of the big things you can just crouch. If you crouch, Mantis doesn't hit. So it's not. It's about 9% damage or something like that. It's not a lot compared to, you know, again, just full punish, crouch, do your strongest starter into the combo. Kill Instinct kind of masks that a lot. Obviously, in other games, usually people will just do like their strongest punish combo. There's not much you can do with it outside of something like Burst and so on. But obviously, with Kill Instinct, you've always got that chance. It's there's no guaranteed 50%. for the most part.
I
You know,
mean,
unless you're Aghanos or something like that, or you know, or you do get these sort of tricky unbreakable setups, but not very common. Like at low levels of play, certainly, or even intermediate levels.
yeah, you're not getting like your strongest punish is almost certainly gonna be like heavy button into opener, and then after that it's just normal combo game, right?
Yep, absolutely. And it is a reasonable big difference. I think, for example, something like crouching like kick into block like a forward punch for me as Arbiter is maybe 8 or 9% compared to about 17%. If I do, you know, like double heavy into quad forward super, quad forward punch super. So like there's I think it is worth. It's obviously not as nearly as difficult as any other game, which is, you know, so there's even less excuse. Be ready to punish things with like your strongest like normal into like your best opener, which is usually like a shadow
Yeah.
super of some description.
Yeah, going from like a sort of panicky option.
Yeah, to just actually get the damage on the boards, 17% or so. And obviously afterwards you are then in the regular combo system they can try to break out so on. Um that's just general, you know,
That's
mixing up your
KI
options.
stuff.
Yeah, that's quite exclusive. Obviously mix up your options, go for counter breakers if you want to just call it, you know, make it hard to beat, all that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's definitely something that a lot of people don't work on that they probably should, right? Like
Yep.
because the difference between, you know, uh even if it gets immediately broken, between 10% and 25% is absolutely gigantic. 25% is
Yep.
like Tusk optimal damage opener, which is
Yeah.
stand heavy kick into Shadow Skull Splitter,
Yep.
because stand heavy punch is too slow. But like the difference between that and something like light punch into light skull splitter or crouch light kick into light skull splitter is gigantic.
Yep. The important thing is in Kill Instinct, your first hit, probably because Kill Instinct is a million aspects of this, but your very first hit is the double damage.
Yeah,
It
it's
was actually
double
changed and
damage.
made. Yeah, it was all changed. That wasn't in the game originally. I think that was something that patched in because they wanted to emphasize neutral hits and
Ah,
so on. Yeah, I think that was the intent of it, but it does mean that it's even more important that you're doubling a heavily damaging normal and so on.
yeah. I know the one place where like neutral hits don't do double damage is against Arya assists. I
Yeah,
I
I think
know.
that's the one maybe an exception.
I've tested it, right? They do 2.5 times. Oh, well, I'm gonna head out of this lobby because I'm getting told that the lobby's freaking broke, like a normal KI lobby. But I went and tested it, right? Stand heavy punch on from Tusk on an Arya bot. If it did 2.5 times with the double damage bonus, it's gonna be 4 failed tournament practice again. Would do
As
like
usual.
60 or 70% of an Arya body, right? What's the spectate? There we go. Yeah, would do like 60 or 70% of an Arya body,
Yep.
and but instead, it wasn't doing much more than a like normal stand heavy punch would do on an Arya body, on like the main Arya body, you know?
Yep.
Which is, well, that's not the right one. Which I mean is
That
still a ton of damage because I'm Tusk, and it's still multiplying like the base damage of the move by 2.5 times. But it's not, you know, just absolutely destroying an Arya body.
so bowling it is going to be Eston versus Mr. Can.
Yes, that is going
So
to
that's be
be,
Orchid versus Maya.
yes, most likely. I haven't seen either of these guys. Granted, I haven't looked at anything from Eston in a good while, or Can really. But that is most likely what it's going to be. Huh. Interesting. Do I have Can on my Steam friends list?
Might definitely just double check.
Well, I'm gonna use the Steam method instead of the whatchamacallit. I'm gonna use the Steam interior method or whatever. I don't really know.
They'll have much business.
There we go. Can
Yeah.
versus Eston. Ah. There we go. I wasn't getting anything from you. Classic. Classic KI lobbies.
The usage just contagion. Very good.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Fight on.
Interesting Maya skins.
Fight.
Yeah, that's a retro one.
Yeah, that's the retro Maya skin. Ah, yes. DPs.
It's not a great retro skin, but I don't think any of the retro skins are particularly good. Outside,
I like,
Fulgore's is fine.
I like the Ultratech retro skins, right? Fulgore and Aria.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Where it's like 90s, where it's like 60s sci-fi skins. Those are pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Just a large part of it is the old kill instincts, KI1, KI2 and golds, all that and all that. The character designs are, I think, are just dreadful, I'll be honest. Not great, but that's not what we're streaming, so...
I'd honestly agree. They are not the best.
Yeah. The old kill instinct games, to me, feel like what you'd see. It feels like a parody of fighting games. Like if a sitcoms that make it like a fake fighting game. Is it Bloodstorm and Simpsons or something like that? It's pretty much just that. But I was in the eldest effort,
It's the last game, Blurring M. Hello. You might have posted that a long time ago and I'm just now seeing it.
Yeah, that was a little while ago.
Yeah.
Almost 100% success rate in the Mantis here.
Yeah.
Both the recapture of the Super, but I think did it maybe a bit too early. I think recaptured, but it just hit the last hit of that Super.
Ooh, Esnon separated from these daggers. That's not good.
Nope.
I just...
Well,
actually, no. Esnon can't back up. Because he's behind. Woohoo! That might be... That's dead.
Yeah, that's dead.
Woohoo! Dang. Unfortunate, but you gotta pay attention to those nades against Orchid. They will absolutely destroy you.
Yeah. Same with Arbiter grenades and so on, anything like that. Main thing about that, bloody Omen projectiles, for example. The main thing about that is recognise the situation just going straight into like a projectile, vulnerable super. Something like that.
Yeah,
Maya's got a decent one.
A lot of projectile invulnerable supers. Maya's projectile invulnerable super is super long. Should just last long enough for the nade to pop. If it doesn't pull you out of range. Anyway, right?
Yeah, no, it should be all good. I think it would last long enough. Also, just timing it for the pop, Do your opener if you want to, and then just go into it. And that's a quick first sale for. I would like to see like an almost immediate instinct pop. Big Stone's picking up that Can likes his Mantis. There's a recapture. Any break attempt? Just
I
box
think-
to the one. That's quite
I
common.
think Instinct Pop. I think Instinct Pop here would actually be a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know
always
where
just
that
not
yellow
fine in
dagger
general.
was, but
No, it's in the hands. It's fine.
yeah. But like, screw going to get it. Just take it. Using that Instinct Pop.
Monster
A decent timing there. He's only getting a little bit of instinct.
fight.
I wonder how minus is Maya's crouch heavy punch.
We can find out.
We can.
The power of that one spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Lockout.
I would have loved to see a throw there, but I'm pretty sure it would have whiffed.
Okay, guess the frame data for crouch and heavy punch.
Is it -5?
No, not even, -4.
Ah.
So basically not punishable outside of obviously Jago DPs and so on.
Well, Orchid does have a 3-frame DP.
Oh, she got the other ones? Fair enough.
Yeah.
a
Pretty
bit
sure
irrelevant
her and
because you can
Jago are the
obviously-
only two characters with 3-frame DPs.
Blaster.
I think I'm pretty sure my Skankan could have went straight in the Ultra there. I think he's given them a chance.
Yeah.
Covering the low wrecker with the cats.
Combo.
One step closer to flushing out Ultratech.
Awesome victory.
Generally awkward if she's doing a record series, all of the basically after doing the first rep, it's all punishable. But if you're an instinct, then you can cover the recovery of any of the record series with a cat, which is what happened there. Which
Yeah.
you really shouldn't have seen. I mean, it happens sometimes. You might just not notice that you've put them in the ultra range. But let's kind of come in for a sort of tricky recapture situation. Really ideally, just straight into the ultra. Use that meter to go for like a shadow, shadow linker.
Yeah. I was wrong. Shago also has a 3-frame DP.
Combo breaker.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Lockout. Monster combo. Triple.
Wow.
Oh,
I
is that the
thought
wrong one?
no, that should have been the right one, right?
Great tail invulnerable per second. Got a forward tumble kick. There you go. So is it vulnerable for a full second?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the heck happened there.
Recapture? Oh, unfortunate. Maybe in that situation it might be a bit easier to just go for like a, generic dribble of some description.
I know Tumble Kick is super slow, but I would have thought it would have done more.
Ready. Fight. Lockout.
Classic round start, both people jump. And then Orchid gets an air for free.
Combo. Lockout. Extreme combo. Ready. Fight.
One thing that's very interesting about airflow for Orchid, it's a free frame.
Interesting.
Lockout.
Yeah.
I agree.
That makes some sense. Yeah, it makes some sense. Obviously, I think the idea is that Orchid does get to always win those sort of round start trades where you both jump up and try to air to each other. Oh, any chip should do it.
Yeah.
Not blocking the DP, I mean, surely
Orchid
you
just
must know.
just pop instinct. Oh no, you gotta chase down.
done.
Or that. That works. Orchid didn't have instinct.
Closer to flushing out
There's a taunt.
Ultratech.
Yep. That's 3-0 for Eston.
Okay, so let's have a look at the bracket. Insert and fold.
That's it.
Are we just playing the 3 matches?
Yeah,
No, 3 sets.
I mean, it was round robin.
Oh yeah, yeah. We used to like doing the round robins, where you get finals from it, but I suppose it doesn't always happen with round robins. But fair enough.
If you have a way to set this up,
Well, I mean-
I might be able to do it like as a 2-stage tournament, right? So I can do round robin with a final.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's an option. Vague memories of that, like when I've been setting my own brackets, but that's the thing you can do.
Yeah.
Like for example, you know, looking at the bracket would be the finals would be Aston versus Mr. Can.
Yeah. I just, I didn't think I was doing a thing and kind of sort of put it in round robin mode at the last second.
Yeah. As well as maybe I'll think them for the next thing because they're quite fun. I could do it. Round robin's quite a good way if you've got like low turnout. You still have like good set of matches, and you still get yourself a grand finals out of it if you set up like that in the challenge. But obviously, you need all that ahead of time, which easier said than done and all that. But it's maybe something good to have in the back pocket.
I think round robin is obviously it's better with like 3, and I think it's still better if you've got 4. But after 4, you want to like have a normal bracket so that way you're not taking 10,000 years. Is really the thing.
Round robins, they don't scale well at all. I don't really like them that much.
No.
Because the individual matches, it's always just fun. Like when you're playing in a normal like sort of double elam bracket, or even obviously single elam, you're fighting for your tournament life. Each match matters.
Yeah,
It's a lot less interest.
There's less stakes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, nobody's getting banned because, man, I'd feel that'd be fraudulent.
A three man, yeah, probably not.
But yeah, do you have? I really like this like tradition we do here, where how do you deal with Orchid? Right, because that's the question.
Playing against Orchid, if I talk about just those matches, because I'm trying to think I've played against Orchids before, played against Squarebear a lot, when I started playing Killer Instinct. The general thing with her is a lot of her like sort of mix up is in her Veka series. That's kind of classically one of her like sort of like problems. She has got like an overhead and so on, but if she wants to pressure you, she can only really attempt like the overhead low after doing the Veka series, which is very negative, very and it's very committal and so on. And generally you can just shallow counter it. Like shallow counter's just generally a good option like anyway. But I think especially against Orchids, unless you're playing against an Orchid who's very committed to just crouch and medium punch, like poke and just see and check. But if it's I think you should demonstrate to an Orchid that you're willing to shadow counter any attempt to pressure that they do. Make them stop going for Veka series or whatever, because it's very swingy as well. It turns right back on them. Don't jump at round start. It doesn't work. She'll always win. If you both jump, she's got free flame airthrow. You don't.
Yeah.
I have no idea if Orchids can tech each other's airthrows. Who knows? You certainly can't tech them as any other character, so I'd assume not.
What would probably happen is Orchid's air throw, right?
That's actually a really good question. What would happen if two?
What would
two
probably
Orchids
happen
airthrow
is
each other?
something similar to like Hisako's trying to throw each other.
So just whiff?
Yeah, they just whiff probably.
Yeah. Good question. I don't think I've ever seen Orchid's whiff animation for the airflow. maybe I have seen it. I've just thought it's like a jumping light punch or something like that.
Yeah, you've
Who
probably
knows?
seen it. But it's also 3-4-4, so it's a 7, so it's an
Yeah,
11 frame overall move.
that's the blink of an eye, really. I just so again, because again, I think Shadow Counter until this is me talking at a low level. Obviously, I'm not the best player in the world, and I've not played against that many Orchids, but I can say that I generally had a lot of success with Shadow Countering. You just get them to stop pressuring. Don't jump at round start or so on, or you know, just be careful about how you jump in general.
One thing I will say is I think that just like with Hisako Rekka,
Yep.
something Orchid should do a lot, because I'm pretty sure that there's no gap between like the first and second hit
I don't believe so, no.
on Orchid's Rekka. But I think with Orchid, one thing that Orchid players should do is use the mid move more. Yeah. Is use
Yeah,
the
this
mid follow up
follow-up.
more.
Yeah, because
Because-
it's got a whole minigame attached to it. So if you just do it by itself, it is negative, it is punishable.
It's -9,
That is one.
yes.
Yeah, yeah. But you can charge it.
You can charge it
And
to create a gap, which means it.
yep,
And you can also manually release it, so like use that to bait shadow counters.
yep.
Because
And it becomes it becomes unblockable eventually as well.
yeah, and it's one of those moves that you can just charge it till it becomes unblockable. And I think it becomes more plus the longer you charge it, although I'm not sure on that one.
Question. I want to say, I do think the frame data changes eventually. It's quite a weird one. For the most part, it's usually just they either try to end the Rexy early, or they attempt to if they're deciding they're going to just go into the heavy and it gets blocked, it's just a mix up between like they release it immediately, do a hold on to it for a little bit and release it just as a sort of flame trap, or they just go all in and hold it in and just make it unblockable. The flame data -9. I'm not seeing anything on the sheet,
Neat.
so possibly possibly
Uh,
not.
Okay, I'm looking at this Orchid Notes PDF that Kuda posted in the Killer Initiates Discord, and it says the heavy follow up for Rekka, right? So the third hit as a heavy is if you just let it go, it's -9, no gap. If you charge it partially, it becomes plus up to +5. Right?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I've seen that there.
And then you can also dash cancel forward if you decide to just if you decide you're trying to bait shadow counters or something, but it's super unsafe, obviously, because I'm pretty sure you'll have to just hold a whole ass forward dash.
Yep.
Which Orchid's forward dash is pretty fast at 18 frames, but still.
Yeah. 18 frames, for the most part, is still quite a lot.
18 frames is quite large. And also, if you have a real DP, all follow-ups lose to it. I assume that's also like, unless it's something like Gargo's DP, which is trash.
Yeah, probably some incredibly slow ones that just doesn't apply to. I wonder if Glacius
Puddle Punch
would just straight up beat it.
Puddle Punch is fast enough. Or at least I'm pretty sure Puddle Punch is fast enough.
Maybe right.
Right? Like, what is it? It's 12 frames with 26 frames of recovery. Honestly, the uncharged version might lose to if he DPs immediately and you leave like the smallest possible gap. No, he'd still be too slow because that's only 41 frames. Or 42, considering you're leaving the smallest possible gap. And Heavy Reckoning is 48 frames startup. But, like, there's definitely... I think that if he just mashes that DP and the Orchid decides to go for some charge, you're not reacting in time to actually be able to block after you do almost any amount of charge. So it probably, as long as you're not committing to the super unsafe -9 version with no gap, it probably would get beat by Heavy Reckoning. So yeah, guess it would potentially lose to Gargo's DP, which is nutty.
So for those Gargo's players out there, hope you're taking notes.
Yeah, take notes. You might actually have a use for Heavy Reckoning for once in your entire life.
The takeaway from this advice we're giving you, no matter what character you're playing as, including characters that don't have it, just DP.
Yes, always.
Yeah, just DP, always.
Always DP
Regardless
it.
of the situation. Yeah, absolutely. You know, if you don't have one, still do it. You know, and that's why Oakland's considered low tier.
Yeah.
LCD was right all along. Probably should bring that up, but there you go. Hopefully the old wins there.
I will say, Can, I do really appreciate you actually recapping people. Like, the last time I remember seeing you, which probably wasn't the last time I actually saw you, but whenever that last time Salt Bad Guy was on commentary.
That was his name, Guapo. Me, Guapo, and you. That was it. It was us three on, and that was one of the things we were noticing. And we kept bringing it up, you know, because it really is. It's one of the most important things to optimize. It's similar to like Arbiter, you know. Arbiter at some point you need to learn how to be able to threaten with grenade setups. You're not playing a full character until you do, and it's quite similar to that. So it's really good to see that. Just in general, that's obviously a thing with a lot of like any low level play, but especially in Kill Instinct because there's so much easily accessible fuck neutral options that it just seems a bit pointless. But a lot of the games were extremely scrambly. I noticed you quite enjoyed going for your, you know, jump, crouching, jump mantis.
One thing I will say that I think you should look into adding to your game is... I don't even know if he's still watching, but one thing I will say you should look into adding to your game is tumble kick feints into lows.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's I won't say it's in any way like some unstoppable god tier mix up, but it's
absolutely not.
It's pretty strong though, and it's like especially against, you know, players more around the level of people who should be in here.
It's going to work. Yeah. It's actually, but yeah, it's like it's a genuinely like quite good gimmick to be honest with you, and it is a gimmick, but it's not a bad one. Like I don't think it's one
forcing people
that's
to respect
solved.
the idea that I can't just block this overhead.
Yeah,
I can't just block whatever her overhead is. I think it's tumble kick, some version of tumble kick or something. But like I can't just block this overhead standing as soon as I see it. Is
you just hold it in for the feint? Yeah, to feint the tumble kick, it's just you hold in. So forward heavy kick just gets out the tumble kick normally, and if you hold it in, that's where you get the feints. The other thing I would consider, the recapture is extremely good. There are situations where going for recapture isn't really feasible or it's quite tricky. Just getting juggles into the shadow DP is also very good.
Yeah.
Because the
And
thing is that a lot of people will really want to jump out here, like people to jump anyway, right? And people like to try to jump to preempt the daggers, and if you do get those hits, being able to catch with maybe like a standing medium kick or something like that, or standing medium punch, whatever it might be, probably medium kick because you might have lost the dagger that lets you do the medium punch, into shadow DP or similar, or anything along those lines. Yeah, like genuinely really handy.
also, juggles are going to be immensely harder to break if than someone. Fucking get off my screen, Mega. Juggles are going to be immensely harder to break, and you can, try to use those and then recap on the lockout into something like Shadow Tumble Kick for big damage, and then normal DP instead of spending the second bar. Or just something like that where you can, where instead of just having, air daggers into recap, you have more options your opponent has to be aware of is super important.
Yeah, absolutely. Because obviously, just recapture by itself, it's as a heavy break. That's it. That's fine. Just introducing the idea that you can go for anything else to get juggles is extremely good. Like it makes it, yeah, it makes it an honest to God mix up as well. It's not just all locked out. I can go for the recapture for free. You can basically get into any, and they need to be really on the ball to try to break you if you're mixing all that in. And obviously, and if you're counter breaking off someone airborne, then that's brilliant. That's a week.
Yeah. I don't think we saw too many counter breakers, but that's definitely something to keep in mind.
I'd say for everyone here, I would be recommending that they really, this feels a bit like trying to just say somebody here just DP. It's probably not the best advice, but I think it's, especially as a new player, it's very worthwhile learning to threaten and be optimal with the counter breakers. And especially at this level where everyone is they don't necessarily know how to break, so they're just like mash and break immediately. They'll still be at the point where they're panicking, so want to mash break. Obviously, the very first thing anyone does is if you're watching a player get comboed, they don't realise getting comboed, they're just smashing buttons. Technically, that works in kill instincts, if people are really incentivized to actually try it. Threaten counter breakers in your combos. Obviously, at some point against better players, you'll need to dial it down. You have to be clever about it. You would have to actually think, well, where are the points where someone would want to go for the counter, go for a break, and so on. But especially at this level, I think it's well worth maybe playing a bit fast and loose with it, and sort of learn to do it in moderation as you get better and better. Because it's also good practice at the end of the day. If you're going for counter breakers when you get them in real matches, and then landing the optimal combo that you can find on Infiltration's website. Infil.
Infilament.
KI.infil. Infilament, sorry, not infiltration, Jesus Christ.
ki.infil.net.
Infilament, God almighty. Yeah. It's well worth picking that up and making use of it, getting practice with it. And also just block a whole bunch as well. A lot of people, well, in a lot of matches, we're not seeing people, people are scrambling. And it makes some sense. We don't really know how to block mix-ups. It feels like a bit of a fool's errand to actually attempt to block something. You may as well just go and hope to mess it up. But you'll be surprised how frustrating it can be just to block and be ready for whatever unsafe thing they attempt to do. You open you up.
Yeah,
people will hang themselves, and you can pick up the slack. Be ready with your quick punishes. Be ready with your, that's maybe not unsafe, but you're minus. I'm going to. This is my turn now.
yeah. KI is
And
definitely a game that affords you a lot of opportunities to take your turn if
yeah,
you're
even after
on the
blocking,
ball.
that's a really important thing. One of the best ways of getting your turn back is block. See what they do. There's a lot of characters that can't even. A lot of characters will lose a turn very easily as well. That's one thing to remember as well.
Yeah. I think that's it. I'm sorry to Max. I don't have much information, advice to give you on the Riptor matchup. Go ask in the Riptor chat. I'm sure Ovis will be happy to give you help, or whoever. Right there's a
Played
decent
in,
amount of
yeah,
Riptor players.
played in Phillips Walk, spring to mind. And they're both quite solid, sort of low level players. They'll both give you really good advice. You know, they've been there. We've watched them be there. So no, you'll find advice. Obviously, you've got all the character discords, all the character channels, and the Kill Instinct Discord and so on. Always feel free to ask about that kind of thing.
Yeah. The next Initiates tournament is going to be in 2 weeks from now. I do not have that bracket up yet, but the next week's tournament is up already. Go check out Killer Intermediates 2. It's going to happen at the same time as this tournament did next week. And go check out other tournaments, I guess. And that'll be just about it.
Yep, Ultra Fine Atomic Weekly.
Yeah.
Which I think it's in the Kill Initiates Discord. Like there's a hangout for that.
Yep.
Just double check that Intermediates one. Is one where it's just like an open bracket.
Yes, it is an
One
open
stands.
bracket.
Yeah. So, as soon as I can get the time off work, I will be joining that.
Yeah, that's fair. There's definitely going to be some good players in there. Right? I mean, last week we had Sneerful in there.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know if Sneerful is going to do commentary and participate in this bracket next week.
Everyone should do, everyone should ask Neilful what he thinks about the Kimway Agnos matchup.
Oh, yes. That's
sure
one of
he'll enjoy that.
Sneerful's
Yeah.
favorite topics.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He'll almost appreciate it, just like asking Keats to, fix Kill Instincts.
I mean, he should. At least the lobbies. Lobbies with whack. But yeah, check out Ultrafine, check out Glizzy, although those happen at the same time, unfortunately.
Yeah. The joys of organizing anything.
Yep, the joys of having two totally independent organizers and everything.
Yep.
The July, I don't think I actually posted it here, but the July calendar is up for KI, right? So go check that out. And I think that's everything. Oh yeah, so please subscribe to my Twitch and my YouTube.
Oh yeah, hit that bell.
Yeah, hit that bell.
Subscribe.
Drop a like in the description and all that stuff.
Visit Gabe's OnlyFans.
Yes. I'm trying to bring in the bucks, Maybe eventually I'll actually bother to get an icon made for this Discord server of mine if more people subscribe to my YouTube channel and my Twitch.
Sub goals.
Yeah, sub goal.
Oh my God.
Sub goal. I actually bother to post a highlight reel once every 5 months.
Yeah.
5-hour highlight reel incoming for the 50th tournament. But no, seriously, thank you all for coming out. Do subscribe to my Twitch channel, please. I beg you. I am not looking for Twitch to steal all of my money. But that's super far down the line. But yeah.
God, don't even get started on that.
Yeah, that is pretty whack. But But yeah, please do subscribe to my Twitch and my YouTube and all that, and come out next week and play some more KI, right? Always a good idea to actually play this game before these tournaments, because that's how you get better, right?
Yep.
Just
Oh
playing
no,
these
that's fine.
tournaments.
I'll definitely not be rusty. And then, yeah, no, it happens to everyone. Don't let it happen to you.
Yeah, just playing
Play your matches.
just playing in these tournaments is, I'm not gonna say it's not enough, but you can't just use these tournaments to get better. You're not gonna get better if that's the case.
Got Pernells. We just got Pernells sometimes, that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it. I will see you all next week.
Take care, bye.